releases first.
We have a student all the way from
New York.
New York, New York. Welcome, welcome.
The first movie on the list is My Oxford Year, a heartfelt romantic drama from the producer of The Fault in Our Stars. Based on Julia Whelan's best-selling novel, it follows Anna, played by Sophia Carson, an ambitious American student whose life at Oxford University takes a heartfelt turn when she meets Jamie, a charming local and her poetry professor who ends up changing both of their lives forever. It's a perfect blend of laughter, warmth, emotional depth, and breezy college romance, all set against the poetic charm and timeless beauty of Oxford. So, the fans of romantic drama can check this out on August 1st, only on Netflix. After the success of the recently released action comedy film Heads of State, Amazon Prime is bringing you another action comedy film called The Pickup.
Hey, yo, you seeing this? Pull over and you won't get hurt. We're gonna die. Calm down. Remember your training.
Put your hands up! I took a 15-hour online course. What training?
It's a story about two armored truck drivers whose ordinary day takes a wild turn when they are ambushed by ruthless criminals. Starring comedy legend Eddie Murphy alongside Pete Davidson, this one promises a wild, unpredictable ride packed with sharp humor, high-stakes tension, and non-stop twists. The trailer teases a little bit of everything: laughs, mayhem, suspense, and total disaster. The Pickup will be released on Amazon Prime Video on August 6th. Next up is the psychological thriller Sharp Corner.
Stop the car!
The last one was bad.
Max saw someone die.
Starring Ben Foster as a devoted family man who becomes disturbingly obsessed with saving victims of car accidents that keep happening at the sharp corner outside his house. This one's perfect for fans of tense, atmospheric thrillers with a psychological edge. Sharp Corner had a limited theatrical release in the US and is now set to premiere on Hulu on August 12th, likely in the US region only. Now comes the adult animated comedy film Fixed. It's about a bulldog who finds out he's getting neutered in the morning, so he sets off on one last wild adventure with his buddies before losing his balls. Originally shelved after a planned theatrical release by Warner Brothers, Netflix stepped in to rescue it, and now Fixed is set to release on August 13th, only on Netflix. Then another one comes from Netflix is a crime drama called Night Always Comes.
I'm gonna fix this. Might just need a little bit more time.
Stop. 25,000 by 9 a.m. Otherwise, it's off.
It's about a woman named Lynette who races against the clock in a single night, desperate to raise $25,000 to save her family home, venturing deep into Portland's criminal underworld and confronting her haunted past in a high-stakes odyssey of survival. Starring Oscar nominee Vanessa Kirby, known for Pieces of a Woman and Mission Impossible Fallout. And from the looks of the trailer, it looks like an intense, character-driven thriller that could possibly end up being one of Netflix's sleeper hits this year. Night Always Comes, premieres August 15th, only on Netflix. Next up is the horror drama It Feeds.
I see things. What kind of things?
It follows a young girl who suddenly appears at a home therapy clinic claiming a dark entity is feeding on her, forcing a clairvoyant psychiatrist and her daughter to confront a terrifying supernatural force before time runs out. The film leans heavily on atmosphere, suspenseful buildup, and jump scares, all grounded in real emotional depth. It Feeds had a theatrical release in April and now makes its way to Hulu on August 15th, likely in the US region only. Another romantic drama heading to Prime Video is The Map That Leads to You.
Tell me about the boy that was following us out of the train station.
I'm Jack. And you are?
Heather.
Nice to meet you, Heather.
The story follows Heather, a young woman embarking on one last European adventure with her best friends before settling into her perfectly planned life. But when she meets Jack, a magnetic, mysterious stranger, their instant connection sparks an emotional journey that neither of them could have predicted. The trailer promises everything fans crave in a summer romance: gorgeous European backdrops, deep emotional beats, and a soul-searching love story. Adapted from J.P. Moninger's best-selling novel, directed by Oscar-nominated filmmaker Lasse Hallström. Known for his masterful touch with emotional and romantic stories, this one feels like a must-watch for romance lovers. It'll premiere on Amazon Prime on August 20th. Now for the biggest OTT release of the month, the British crime comedy The Thursday Murder Club.
Oh my God! Isn't this room usually for jigsaws?
Not on a Thursday, no.
Based on the best-selling novel by Richard Osman, the story follows 4 sharp-witted pensioners living in a retirement community who spend their days solving cold cases for fun until they stumble upon their first real murder. Backed by some of the big names, the film is a collaboration between Netflix and Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment and is directed by Chris Columbus, best known for Home Alone and the early Harry Potter films. The cast includes legends like Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, and Sir Ben Kingsley. If you're a fan of clever whodunits with a bit of charm, this one looks like a fun ride. The Thursday Murder Club premieres on August 28th, only on Netflix. And that's it for the OTT releases this August. But what's coming to theaters? Well, that's where things get really interesting. From the long-awaited sequels to major films by iconic directors, some of the year's most anticipated films are dropping on the big screen this month. So don't go anywhere. Your next watchlist gem might be just around the corner. Let's dive into the theatrical releases. The first theatrical release of the month is both a sequel and a reboot of the beloved spoof comedy franchise that began in the 1980s, The Naked Gun.
That was awesome.
Liam Neeson steps into his first leading comedic role as Frank Drebin Jr., the son of the iconic Frank Drebin, originally played by Leslie Nielsen in all 3 Naked Gun films and the short-lived series Police Squad. This new installment is a hilarious blend of classic parody and modern updates, spoofing police procedurals with over-the-top physical comedy, visual gags, and self-aware humor. The Naked Gun hits theaters on August 1st. If you're in the mood for a crime thriller, then another film releasing on the same day called She Rides Shotgun.
You're gonna have to do as I say. I want you to be brave, but strong.
Adapted from Jordan Harper's award-winning novel, the story follows a recently released ex-con who's hoping for a fresh start until he discovers his former gang has put a hit on his family. Forced to go on the run, he does everything he can to protect his young daughter. Starring Kingsman and Carry On actor Taron Egerton, and going by the trailer, it looks like a pretty intense, sharply paced thriller with emotional elements in it. I don't know why it is a limited theatrical release in the US on August 1st. It surely deserves a wide release. What's your opinion about it? Let me know in the comments. For mystery horror fans, there's something big coming on August 8th. It's called Weapons.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different.
The story follows a schoolteacher whose life is shattered when in a single night all of her students mysteriously vanish at the exact same time, except for one lone survivor. Starring acclaimed actors Julia Garner and Josh Brolin and directed by Zach Kreger, best known for the cult horror hit Barbarian, Weapons is already being hailed as one of the most anticipated horror films of 2025. The trailer looks fantastic, eerie, intense, and scary as hell. It will be releasing worldwide on August 8th at your nearby theaters. Next is one of the most highly anticipated sequels of the year. It's Nobody 2.
I'm on fucking vacation!
The follow-up to the 2021 sleeper hit one-man army action thriller. Bob Odenkirk returns as Hutch Mansell, the quiet family man with a deadly past, and this time, the action is helmed by Timo Tjahjanto, the director behind the brutal cult favorite The Night Comes for Us. The sequel also reunites the original film's writer, Derek Kolstad, known for his work on the John Wick franchise. It is clear they're aiming to turn Nobody into a full-blown action franchise, and honestly, I'm all in. If it's anything like the first one, we're in for a wild ride. Nobody 2 hits theaters worldwide on August 15th. Next up is the action horror war film Primitive War.
3 days ago, I lost my Green Berets. We're gonna drop you in right here, in that valley.
Set in Vietnam, 1968, an elite U.S. recon unit called Vulture Squad is sent into a remote jungle valley to investigate the disappearance of a Green Beret platoon. But what they find isn't the enemy. It's something far more terrifying: dinosaurs alive and hunting in a long-forgotten biome. Blending the intensity of a war epic with the thrills of dinosaur horror, Primitive War is shaping up to be a fresh and wild genre hybrid. It's getting a limited theatrical release in the US on August 21st. Next, we have the 5th collaboration between Oscar-winning actor-director duo Denzel Washington and Spike Lee, titled Highest to Lowest. This neo-noir crime thriller follows a powerful music mogul caught in a life-or-death moral dilemma during a high-stakes ransom plot. It's a modern reinterpretation of Akira Kurosawa's 1963 classic High and Low. The movie blends the DNA of the original with director Spike Lee's signature social commentary and dynamic urban style. The film hits theaters on August 22nd, followed by a streaming release on Apple TV starting September 5th. Now, we have a dark comedy from Ethan Coen, one of the legendary Coen brothers, titled Honey Don't.
The address you wanted?
Thanks, MG.
Honey, right? Love those click-clacking heels.
The story follows Honey O'Donoghue, a small-town private investigator who finds herself entangled in a series of bizarre deaths linked to a mysterious church. Starring the stunning Margaret Qualley and the ever-charismatic Chris Evans, the film blends neo-noir vibes with dark comedy and crime mystery elements. Honey Don't premiered at the 2025 Cannes Film Festival, where it received a 6.5-minute standing ovation for its bold tone and unapologetic queer energy. Up next is the screwball dramedy film called Splitzville.
By the way, Julie and I had sex last night. Together.
The story follows two couples whose friendship turns tumultuous when the husband of one divorcing couple sleeps with the wife from the other couple, who have an open marriage. Splitzville is rated R for strong language, graphic sexual content, and nudity. It will have a limited theatrical release in the US on August 22nd, with a wider release set for September 5th. From the director of films like Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream, director Darren Aronofsky brings you a dark comedy thriller called Caught Stealing. The story centers on Hank Thompson, a washed-up ex-baseball player whose quiet life takes a deadly turn after he's asked to watch his neighbor's cat, pulling him into a violent and unpredictable criminal underworld. Caught Stealing is shaping up to be one of late summer's most talked-about genre films, blending noir-style thrills, offbeat dark comedy, and inventive storytelling for audiences craving something bold and different. I'm definitely catching this one in theaters when it releases on August 29th. Then there's a sci-fi thriller on the way called Run. The story follows Melissa, who joins a girls' trip at a remote cabin. But when a friend is discovered mutilated in the woods and the nation comes under alien invasion, the group fights to survive in a pulse-pounding nightmare. This film blends horror elements with sci-fi alien invasion themes and survival thriller tension. Run is coming out as a limited release on August 29th. The last film of the month is a satirical black comedy called The Roses.
For you, dear, I'd do anything.
I do believe that's true.
It really is.
A modern reimagining of the 1989 classic film The War of the Roses. It follows Ivy and Theo Rose, a picture-perfect couple whose marriage slowly spirals into chaos, resentment, and brutal competition. With its sharp humor and biting look at love gone toxic, The Roses delivers a darkly comedic twist on marital drama. Starring an all-star cast including Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, the film hits theaters worldwide on August 29th. That's all for the main highlights of August. But here are a few more releases this month that I am going to run through real quick. First up is Freakier Friday, the long-awaited sequel to the 2003 body swap comedy classic, Freaky Friday. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back, and this time, the swap gets even messier, hitting US theaters on August 8th. Next, the sword and sorcery epic Red Sonja arrives on August 15th, rebooting the legendary heroine for a whole new generation. Also on August 15th, we have Americana, a crime thriller starring Sydney Sweeney. It's having the early Tarantino movie vibes, for its mix of dark humor and chaos. Then, if you're into supernatural chills, Witchboard also lands on August 15th. It's a modern reimagining of the 1986 cult horror of the same name. Then comes Relay, an action thriller from Hell or High Water director David Mackenzie. With a cast led by Riz Ahmed, Lily James, and Sam Worthington, it releases in limited theaters on August 22nd. Also releasing on August 22nd is Ron Howard's new psychological thriller titled Eden. Based on a real story, it follows a group of outsiders who relocate to a remote island paradise, only to find their greatest threat isn't nature, but each other. And there's more on August 22nd, Trust, a psychological survival thriller about a disgraced Hollywood actress who retreats to a remote cabin and faces betrayal from the one person she trusted most. Finally, wrapping things up is Lurker, a slow-burn psychological drama about a retail worker who worms her way into the life of an up-and-coming artist, arriving August 22nd. Hey guys, that's a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot. I promise to keep bringing you the best content. See you in the next one.